Hey y'all, it's the third day of block lunch training. Today's about where do you go and questions that freshmen have turned into us. So let's review. Where do you look if you want to know what club's going on?
The bulletin board.
The big bulletin board. You won't miss it, guys. I promise you. We didn't talk about where can they go to know when tutoring is. So I have Miss Miller for math. How do I know when Miss Miller's tutoring is? Two ways.
There's usually a schedule outside that teacher's door that'll have like a schedule of the week with both blocks, and it'll tell you which times they're doing tutorial.
Or at the top of the stairs, we put all the tutoring posters. So you know where all tutoring is. Pretty much every subject is offered every time. You know what we didn't talk about so that you understand? There's really an A part of block lunch and a B part. There's actually a bell in between so that you know when clubs are over or tutoring could be over, but your teacher may stay. It could go on longer than 30 minutes. So there's A block and B block. You could go to a club during A block, bring your lunch, and go to a club B block. If student council is here and circle of friends is here, you could do both, but you have to bring your lunch probably. Does that make sense? Let's review. Where can you eat? Snack line right here by the stairs or
The cafeteria.
the cafeteria. Give me one place you cannot bring food. Braden, one.
Lecture hall.
Someone else, one other place.
We room.
We room. Gym.
Table sports.
Table sports. Got it? Can you sit anywhere in the school?
Yes.
Yes, pretty much. Unless the door's locked or there's no adult there, right?
Just not on the stairs and not in the middle of the hallway.
Not on the stairs. Boy, please don't sit on the stairs. Okay, we're going to go over some questions that kids have asked us in the past. One thing that comes up is what happens if I get there and the teacher's not there? You come get an adult who's probably within 30 feet of you, for sure, or you're going to see a sign like this. Mr. Leader probably doesn't even know what color it's going to be yet, but it might be blue, it could be yellow, it could be green. They'll tape it to the door, club closed. Because maybe Mr. Roper's not there the day of weightlifting club, so he has to close it. Okay? So that's how that happens. We're going to pass out the schedule to you right now. Teachers, will you help them understand how to look at the schedule? So one day is A block, one side, and you can circle the things you might want to do. This is B block, circle the things you want to do, okay? So we're going to stop and let you do that. Teachers can explain to you how to read this. You don't really need this paper, why?
The bulletin board.
The bulletin board. I did not see any of these kids carrying this paper around. Like, oh, what am I going to go to? They all look at the bulletin board and go, yep, there's Stuco. There's my tutoring. They get it. Okay, are you ready for your questions? Braden, question one. Hold it up.
Okay, so it says, if I go to one club during the week, can I go again in the same week? Of course, it's basically your time. You choose whatever you want to do. The only thing that you're limited by is if that club is going to be open or not. So if it's open, you can go.
So there's things every day, like soccer,
You can go to soccer every day if you want to.
table sports, open gym. When you look on the bulletin board, you'll see there's certain things every day. You can go to the open gym and get sweaty and smelly every single day if you want to, okay? So you can go to whatever's open, okay? Next, Kowser, what you got?
One of my questions is, can we choose our lunch on Monday? What class period is advisory, second or third? We have advisory every Monday. It's during second period, and we cannot choose our lunch that day. Your specific class is assigned for A block or B block. So your teacher will tell you probably on the first day, you're going to find out on the first day what your lunch is, and they're 30 minutes each. Yeah, and you have a little walking period in between.
Awesome. Matthew, what you got there? Questions from our freshmen.
I have, can we sleep during block lunch? Yes, you can sleep anytime you want, anywhere, except for, tutoring and the floor, of course, but anywhere.
Freshmen, during block lunch, it is your time. Do you understand this? No one's going to assign you to go to lunch. No one's going to get mad at you if you just lay on the floor and sleep. You're welcome to do that. We have a really nice furniture in the library. Go in there, sleep. Or you can go in the gym and get sweaty and run off all your energy. Or you can go fight with your boyfriend for 30 minutes or an hour. You can, I don't know, gossip with your girlfriend. You can go do homework. It's your time. We only mandate it when you're not taking care of business. I know some of these kids in here were in AP classes. They were probably in their tutoring almost every day. I mean, know that, okay? Next question, what you got, Lita?
Do I have to go to clubs every day? It's just like Ms. Flores said, we're not going to tell you where you have to go unless you're not taking care of business. The only time we will tell you where you have to go is when a teacher tells you you have to come for 2 tutorials or you get assigned a detention. That's the only time we'll tell you where you have to go. So you can go to any club you want any day as long as you're not assigned to be somewhere else, tutoring, detention.
And you're not in trouble, and it's open.
Yeah.
If there's a club open, you just go on there. What is SAIL and how many people will be selected? Student Ambassadors in Louisville is just a neat organization to be involved in. It's a leadership organization. I know they went to Austin this summer as a group. They raise funds, and they wear maroon jackets at like events. So like when we have open house, they help show the parents around. They're just leaders. So it's one more thing you can be involved in that's a leadership organization that looks good on your college resume. Okay. What you got, Jackie?
It says, can we go to one club, then lunch, then another club? You can go to as many clubs as you want, but if you want to eat, bring your lunch, like Ms. Flora said, you can go to one club and then eat your lunch in your second club.
Because a lot of teachers let you eat in their room. Or like I run a club and they eat during the meeting. Yesenia, what you got?
What if we don't eat lunch? Can we get a quick snack and go to a club? It's your choice. If you don't want to eat lunch, you don't have to. But don't go complaining in third period that you didn't eat lunch or you're hungry because you have block lunch.
How irritated do you think I get if you've had an hour lunch and then you're tardy to class?
Very.
I really do. Because if you do it very often, I'm going to take you out of block lunch for about a month. I'll put you in detention and we'll see if you decide to be to class on time. Because when I give you an hour, could you make it to class on time, right? So watch that. So
Then not get to class and ask the teacher if you can use the bathroom. You've had an hour
You've
to
had an
take care
hour.
of all of your business.
So you're not to
you get
eat in
take care.
class, you're not to go to the bathroom, you should have done all that, okay? But you don't have to eat lunch if you don't want to. I hope you do. But if you don't, that's okay. Sarah, what you have?
Okay. School of Rock. Will they teach us how to play instruments? So School of Rock is one of the clubs you can go to, and it's basically a club where you can just jam out. So yes, they do teach you some instruments. So I know that you can kind of learn how to play the guitar, but it's better if you do know something, and then you can just go out there. So they have drums, bass guitars, you can sing. They have all sorts of things you can do. Even
Can
like
you go and watch if you don't play?
Yes, and you can go and watch, and even you can bring like your normal band instrument. I know I play oboe, so if I wanted to, I could bring my oboe over there.
I didn't know you played oboe.
Yes.
That's a hard instrument. Go, Sarah. So School of Rock's fun club. You're going to learn about many more on Club Day, September 2nd?
September 2nd.
September 2nd, Friday, during second period. Braden.
Okay, so my second question is, I don't understand how we're going to eat if we go to a club. So basically, clubs are typically usually either A block or B block, and really you want to shoot to eat in kind of like the opposite block of what your club is in. So if you had like Stuco A block, you would want to eat B block, or if you have
Circle of Friends.
Circle of Friends B block, you can eat during A block. That way, you kind of manage your time and you still have enough time to do everything.
Alright, my question is, can we eat twice? You can eat as many times as your stomach will take.
As much as you want.
Yeah. I had some friends who would go to the big cafeteria line and get like a full meal, but they would get hungrier towards the end, so they just go to the stairwell snack line and buy some chips. Once again, this is your time to take care of what you need. If you are hungry or if you're not very hungry, you can eat as many times as you like. Just make sure that you clean up after yourself, because a lot of food equals a lot of trash, and people don't want to clean up after that.
Yeah. You know what's funny is if you ever leave trash, I think these kids know. I went on the speaker a couple of times and said, guys, it was messy today. And I'm telling you, I will not ask you to pick it up. If the next day it's not picked up after that, we just lose it. Like no adult around here is gonna go, Jackie, pick up your cup. Kaiser, pick up your Cheetos. Braden, pick up your whatever. We don't do that because you should do that on your own because you are a young adult. So we didn't really hit the trash the other day when we were talking, so really clean up after yourself. Matthew, what do you have?
I have, what would happen if the rooms get too crowded and block lunch? Say if there's a lot of people in open gym, you can always go to another club like table sports or any other club that isn't as crowded as open gym and have fun there. Because you can always go to open gym the next day when it's less crowded.
My question is it possible to change our schedule at the last minute or change to be with our friends? Listen to me. You do not have a schedule. You don't have a lunch schedule. The only time we tell you where you have to go is when your teachers tell you have to go to tutoring or you get assigned attention. Other than that, you don't have a schedule. You can pick, hey, I thought I wanted to go to open gym today, but I think today it's a nice day outside, I'm going to go to soccer instead. You can make that decision at the very last minute. Hang out with your friends, go to the same clubs together. You have no schedule during lunch.
You know what is funny, because I know kids always think, how interesting, I'm just going to skip or go do this or do whatever. You can do those things. This isn't a prison. I mean,
That is a choice you have.
you have that choice. But as I've told kids in the past, if you get caught, there is a huge penalty. Huge. I had a kid that left, and I took away his block lunch for 6 months of the school year. 6 months. I'm just telling you, we give you freedom to have fun. I expect you to act right and stick around. Like, so soccer's outside. You can walk outside. I need you to go like this at the buses. You're in high school, you know how to cross the little path. But I don't expect you to run off to the woods or be crazy, because you can.
You have
But
that
if you
choice.
do,
You have that choice, but there will be consequences.
there will be
for
big
it.
consequences for it. So, just I know how y'all think, like, wow, there's a lot of freedom. There is. But our kids usually do the right thing because we have so much freedom. And when we at the end of the year, we had Farmer Fest from noon till 3:30 for 3.5 hours. BMLK Flores let you out to go to all kinds of things. That's how much I trust our kids. And we didn't have one incident. We had so much
Great
fun
day.
playing kickball, volleyball, silly string fight. It was a blast because you have freedoms and you know how to behave. So it's good. I don't worry about y'all. So you do what you want. If you get caught, it's not going to be good. But whatever you want. What will happen if the sponsor of the club's absent? Hopefully the sponsors put up the sign. But remember, if there's no adult there, you are not to be there. Ever. If I find you there, what do you think there's going to be? A big consequence. So just don't go. People are absent sometimes. It happens. Teachers get sick too. Easy. What you got?
So it says, when do we go to tutoring? Is it the first 30 minutes or second half? How long does it last? Tutoring schedule, each teacher has their own schedule. So say they have A block tutoring, you would go to A block tutoring, and tutoring lasts about 30 minutes. And then you would eat B block.
But the key is, we don't tell you where to go. I think they still think we tell them where to go, don't they? You go to tutoring when you need it, with the teachers that you need it with. Jackie did ask, a lot of tutoring goes over 30 minutes, because teachers just stay. But by law, they don't have to, they get a lunch too. But did a lot of your teachers stay for the whole time?
Can we just go to lunch with friends? Can we eat outside? Can we pick our own lunch? The first question, yes, you can go to lunch with your friends. Can we eat outside? That's only for 10th graders only. That's a privilege for us. Can we pick our own lunch? Yes, you can bring your lunch or go to the cafeteria lines.
So mine is, can we just stay in the cafeteria or do unfinished homework in the library? You can do whatever you want to do. So if you want to stay in the cafeteria, stay in the cafeteria. If you want to go to the library, go to the library. You can do both. Like, you can do anything you want.
Okay, I think we only have a couple more questions. Who has a question?
Me. What if we get to lunch and the tables are full? In the cafeteria, it does fill up pretty quickly, but as we have said, there are a lot of places to eat, and you can do whatever you want. So, well, not everything, but most things. So if you go to the cafeteria and the tables are all filled up, feel free to go somewhere else. Like Sarah said, she went to the corner. You can sit in the art hallway or any hallway. You can go to a classroom, go to tutoring, go to a club. I know some, like as I said, the A block lunches are a bit more crowded. So if the tables are full during A block, go during B block and you can see what kind of space there is and just eat then. But just manage your time where there's not as many people.
And we have nice benches we built for you to sit on. There's 2 tables down the gym hall that you can sit on. You just can't be where there's no teacher. So down there by the weight room, and you'll know where it is later if you don't know right now, you can't be in halls where teachers aren't. So no big deal, just go find a chair or go find a seat, sit on the floor. I don't think people are used to sitting on the floor. Just sit on the floor, go in the hall. Matthew.
Okay, so I have, where does the extra hour come from? Are our classes cut short? No, your classes are not cut short, and the extra hour, well, on Monday, you have advisory for 30 minutes and lunch for 30 minutes. And on Tuesday through Friday, you have block lunch, which is
Which is the hour.
Which is the hour.
So that's where the hour is. The other classes don't get cut. You have the hour in the day. Mr. Leader.
My question is, if we have a fitness or dance club, can we bring clothes and change? So for example, if you are really into open gym and you want to bring basketball shorts and a shirt to wear specifically for that time in the open gym, because you don't want to wear sweaty clothes back to class, that's fine. Just make sure you get changed in one of the 2 open bathrooms, and then make sure that you change back into clothes that are in compliance with dress code. So for example, boys, if you wanted to bring a sleeveless shirt so that you could play basketball during lunch, perfect. Change into it after lunch starts. Make sure you get back into your t-shirt with sleeves before you go to 3rd period, and you're fine.
You know when that mainly comes in is when we have tournaments. People wear matching outfits. So yes, you can change if you want to do that and then change back. Most don't on a regular day, but during tournaments they do. Is the detention the whole hour? It's 45 minutes. It's over by the Spanish rooms. And we have 2, one's a 9th grade room, one's a 10th grade room. So you get 15 minutes to eat. No complaints. You got the detention. I don't want to hear complaining. The lines will be gone. You'll go eat real quick and go to class.
My question is, can we have a warning bell at the end of block lunch so we can be sure to get to class on time? Yes, there is a warning bell at the end of B block and starting of 3rd period. It's 40 minutes.
4 minutes.
4
Close.
It's a 4-minute passing period, but don't be late because you have enough time to get there.
You've had an hour,
You've
for
had-
goodness
yeah,
sakes.
yeah, an hour.
And you could already have been outside the door when the bell rings. So yes, there's a bell though. That's the important part that kind of tells you time to go. So that's block lunch. You'll go to club day tomorrow, and the purpose of club day is to walk around and see what all's out there so that you can become involved and meet new friends and go to fun things. If you think of things this year that you would like to try or that you would want me to think about or do, you really only have to email. And we'll try to make it happen if we can. Some things are crazy that I get. I get it. I can't do everything. But if I can, I usually try to do it if it's a great idea. I really do. I want you to have a really good year, use your time wisely, and take care of business so we don't have to get involved. And then come visit us sitting at the bistro. We really loved it. We have food contests. I bring spaghetti. Kids bring me spaghetti. We have a good time. I think you're going to really love block lunch. It's one of our favorite things, truly. So have a really good year, freshmen. We're glad to have you. Look toward your sophomore leaders. That can help you when you have a question. But glad to have you. Have a good rest of the week.